Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and I wanted to do this live, really discussing that we are the reflection of light. We are the mirror that's reflecting back to us. We are the essence of source energy that we're trying to become, and everything that we're trying to create and intend and dream of and think about is really manifesting itself before our eyes, and really knowing that we're creating what we're attracting. We are attracting the reflection of light, the encapsulation of becoming the soul, of imbibing the soul, of aligning to the vibration of what you want to become, also your intention, what you're creating, what you're sending out, and understanding that the reflection of light is really understanding that we are reflecting that light. That the light is reflecting back to us, but also we are intending upon what we want the light to become, what we want to become, what we want to be a part of, but also what we want to send out and what we want to release out of ourselves and let go of attachment of form, of thoughts, of emotions, so that we are able to not hold on to what we think we are, but to know that we can transform and emulate what we want to reflect as an entity. And knowing that in every moment we're not maintaining an image or a thought process or a personality or a status, that we're really positionless and we're omnipresent in our own way because we are that reflection of light, because we are that extension of source energy. And every time that we reflect that light, we are just becoming more of it. We're choosing to not give our power away. We're choosing to think for ourselves, to decide for ourselves, but to really embrace real actual life. And knowing that we have a power inside of ourselves, that we're able to really search inside of ourselves, that we're able to seek this out, but also to come from a different vantage point. But to know and to realize that we are what we are attracting, we are what we're reflecting. Our words have power. Everything that we're sending out has vibration. It has energy attached to it. Everything that you do, everything that you immerse yourself in, every experience is really just the reflection of the light coming back into your experience, into your circumstances, into the reflections that you encompass upon. Understanding that you are this reflection of light will let you know how to know yourself, how to accept yourself, how to transcend the human conditioning, but also how to reflect that back to another person. So every time that we have, appointments, we have questions, we're meditating. What are we meditating upon? What are we striving for? What are we trying to do? What are we trying to improve upon? We are literally just knowing who we want to become in every single moment, so that we are not living the life as a computer, but we are wanting to search more inside of ourselves so that we understand that the question is the philosophy of life. So understanding that it's not always about the answer. It's not always getting a yes or no answer, but it's something more cryptic, it's something more mysterious than that, because it allows you to seek, it allows you to drive yourself to really search, and then understanding that you don't have to understand everything all at once, because you'll know and you'll learn along the process, along the way, which makes the journey more fun because it's not a destination. It's not a place that you go to. It's not a height that you reach. It's not an energy that you reach. But it's always knowing that the pyramid analogy, you allow yourself to keep ascending to that point, meaning that you're always set with your eye on the bullseye, with a vision, with a newfound imagination, that you're always a progressive energy. You're always progressing to who you want to become and what you want to emulate, but also what you want to represent within this reality. So understanding that is really that you don't have to figure everything out. You don't have to always be right or justify to be right or feel like you have to do this right. But it's not about being right or wrong, but it's about being truthful. It's about being honest. It's about following your resonance. And it's maintaining that awareness so that you can reflect that light into everything that you see and everything that you become. And meaning that you're not going with an agenda. You're not going by bias. You're not going by emotion. You're not just going by thought processes alone. But what you're going by is a truth inside of yourself, an inner knowing, and really the truth that supersedes all understanding. When you really know yourself, you don't have to justify it. You don't have to answer towards it. But it's realizing that you are the light that's reflecting back to the other mirror. And then the mirror is reflecting that light into the universe, meaning that we're all coming back into balance, coming back into sync, transcending what we're experiencing here and now, meaning that we're all interconnected as energy. And that's what's beautiful, is that we're all interconnected and we're all a part of this growing ascension. And that's what's beautiful about it. So we all have to question ourselves before we wreck ourselves. We all have to wander in the woods to find ourselves. We all have to take a chance on something or take a risk on something, or we don't know what it's really like if we don't try it from that vantage point. So the reflection of light is really understanding that the I am is made in that image. It's made in that energy. It's made in every type of configuration, every type of appearance, every type of image, every type of manifestation. So the reflection of light is realizing that you are that, and that everyone is that reflection of light. Everybody is God, is an extension of God, but in a different formlessness, in a different emptiness of the reflection of light. So oneness is when you know infinity within yourself. It means that you've transcended the mind, you've transcended the heart, you've transcended the chest, and you've transcended what tries to bog you down here. That means that you're an open vessel. That means your empathic nature and your intuitive abilities and your ability to sense and perceive is completely in alignment with what it wants to become in that moment. So think about yourself as being a mirror, being a reflection, being an extension of that light, and knowing itself very vividly. But you don't have to know yourself all at once, but you are always already free everywhere all at once, simultaneously. That means that you don't have to focus on knowing it or learning it or processing it, but it's organically happening without your knowledge. That means that your guides, your higher self, God's source energy, and the great I am is working on your behalf without your knowledge of it. And understanding that the reflection of light is mirroring back that light to everybody. And knowing that it's being reflected to you, but it's being reflected to them, so that there is a telepathic connectivity of simultaneity of everyone knowing themselves and getting an energetic exchange from other individuals. That means that the psychic, intuitive, investigative energy is there, so that we're able to reflect that to everybody and allow everybody to be accepted in their own energy, meaning that everybody is unique, everybody has a resonance, everybody has ways to do things, but it does mean it's all of an extension of source energy, meaning that somebody is a motivational speaker, somebody helps with meditation, some people help with healings, some people help with prayer, but it's all a part of the vortex. It's all part of creation. It's all part of the cosmos. It's all part of you knowing that you're the reflection of light, because light is everything. And the only reason why anything appears is light. So light is the appearance of everything. It's the only reason why we're here. If light ceased to exist, then we would not exist and everything would go up in a big bang. Kind of like the expression, life flashing before your eyes. That's basically what it is. And that's why the divine, God, any way that you see God is how you see God. So I couldn't really debate to you what God is, because God's not a thing. Source is energy. Source is everything. Source is the appearance of light, and I am the reflection of light, and you are because I am. So that means that we were made in the I am presence, in the image of the I am. Meaning that the emptiness or the spaciousness that we're obtaining or trying to tap into, because you can't really obtain it, you can't physically grab it. And we all have that inside of ourselves, but we are that. That's the illusion to see through, that's the deception, that a lot of people think that God is a topic or God is a physical thing. God is me. But God is everything. And God is the reflection of light, which is the manifested human form version of God, is us. It's a very complicated topic, but it really allows you to have purity in the sense that we are all beautiful in our own way. That it doesn't matter where it comes from. It's the same truth coming from a different source. Think about that for a moment. I hope you guys are enjoying this live. It's good to see you guys. I see some familiar faces. And I didn't know if I was going to go live because I've had a hectic day and I had a client and I did yard work for like 5 hours. And I just wanted to pop on here. But also you can book private sessions with me for psychic readings, healings, activations for $120 if you guys wanted to do that. And I do psychic readings lives later on tonight probably if I feel led to do it. And that's kind of like hearing God's voice, hearing the whispers of spirit, hearing the truth being spoken to you, and kind of acting accordingly. Whenever I hear the nudge to go live, I go live because I'm hearing source, I'm hearing spirit, I'm hearing the depictions of the encoded messages that are being received by me, but able to express those codes, express that cosmic codex, and express it in a way that makes it feel vivid and truthful and honest and loving. So, without the autonomous knowledge to know ourselves, meaning autonomous, meaning that we're channeling from our own source of creation, meaning that we're not taking it from a book, we're not using a book as a weapon, we're not using our words as a weapon, we're not projecting the energy that is present there. But we are just acting accordingly and reflecting that love and that essence and that light to be of a genuine source of energy, to be of a genuine source of love, to give to the world, give back to the world once again so that they can reflect that love and that light back into themselves, so that they can really love the person that they're becoming. In order to love another person, you have to love yourself. You have to love God. You have to give your life to God. And then you got to have acceptance over the unknown. You have to accept the unknown without any personal bias. You have to accept that you're going to be uncomfortable or triggered or be challenged in some way, shape, or form in order to reflect that light. It's the most difficult path because it tests every nature that we are. It tests our thoughts, it tests our emotions, it tests how we go about things, how we handle situations, how we can demonstrate grace in action. And really it just reinforces why we need to reflect that light and to accept that light within ourselves. So it gives us a moment to really heal the unworthiness, heal the lack, heal the deception, but also not just do something about it, but not indulge in giving our power away, not indulge by not reflecting or not mirroring back or not taking action or giving into fear, worry, or doubt. And if we just reflected that light very organically, then we wouldn't have that fear or that lack or that unworthiness come up towards ourselves and make us feel like we have to be put in a box, or that we can't go after what we really want, or how we want to reflect that and be the example that we're setting. It really just means that how far do you want to go with enlightenment? How far do you want to take it? Do you want to take it all the way, or do we want to play it safe? So it reinforces that we have to have dedication and appreciation and not based on the outcome or the expectation over how we want to feel or how we want to go about this, or knowing. If you know without a shadow of a doubt, then there's no reason to question. If you know yourself fully and you embrace yourself fully and you have total complete love and free will in ditching attachment, so you're practicing non-attachment, then you have no other choice but to reflect the light and the emptiness, the formlessness, the awareness that we all are. And it's funny that a lot of people, they'll hear a message like this, and then somebody will be triggered by it, or they'll say, you don't have superpowers, or something like that. And the reason why they're saying that is because they don't feel the power themselves, within themselves, or else they wouldn't say anything about it at all. So to really know yourself in every moment is to choose to be the power in that moment, and to be the moment, and to not be reminiscent of the moment that you just experienced. That you don't have to look back at the moment, but you're a progressive energy. So you keep this continuous energy that you are. And you don't let anything affect the awareness that you have implemented. So you don't force the awareness. You're not anything that you assume yourself to be. You're not the ego identity. You're not a thing, but you are just light, and you are just energy, and you are the soul, fully realized, always. That is the appearance, the reflection, the emulation of light, which we all are. We are that light that we're seeking. We are the seeking impulse that drives us. We are everything. And I know that it sounds like a bunch of gibberish or cryptic, but spirit is very much like that. Sometimes you'll get a message and it's just like, go to the store. Why do I go to the store? What's the reason for going to the store? And who am I going to encounter at the store? But that's not for you to question. You have to have faith. The divine always has your best interests. And that's the kicker. That's the kicker, is that you have to have faith and you don't question it, and you have trust, because you are the reflection of light. Trust is difficult. Acceptance is everything. And love unconditionally has no other choice but to reflect the light that you are. And thank you for your gifts, Authentic Mystic. So, what are we? What are we doing here? Who do we want to become? Why do we do the things that we do? Why do we have the past lifetime progressions to heal? It's because everything is being transmuted, and everything is having a transfiguration of the soul, bringing into balance what it truly means to be of the essence of God's source energy and the great I am. It's bringing everything in the balance, the scales, society, finances, everything that you're experiencing. Generationally, a lot of us have to get away from 9-to-5s. Some of us have to get away from family. Some of us have to really get away from the illusion to experience our own illusion. Sometimes we have to, like I said earlier, wander in the woods to find ourselves. It's difficult, but it's the best path, always. It always reinforces what we need to become, what we need to clear, what we need to look at, but also what we need to channel. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're doing is channeling this light. There's no rule book on how to channel. There's no right or wrong way to channel. Now there is a way of negativity and there is a way of positivity. And we have to make that distinction in the polarity of positive and negative. Coming from the light aspect and then coming from a dark aspect. And you have to know what you have to choose in order for them to come into balance together. And then that's when things get really tricky, because that's discernment. Then you have to have discernment over who you are, where you are, what you are doing, and how you're becoming that in every single moment. While you're in a meditative state, while you're helping your children, while you're doing anything. You have to kind of know yourself in every moment and what you want to radiate within that moment. And choosing to do it, and forcing yourself to do it, and doing it when it seems stupid to do it. Even though it's not stupid. It's never stupid. It just feels that way because sometimes there might be resistance. And then you're like, okay, why am I having a tug of war? Why am I having this tussle within myself? And then you give up the fight, and then you are joining another rebellion. Because the rebellion and being rebellious is not like you were when you were a teenager. But it's being rebellious in the sense of not conforming, not indulging, not being a subject or a product of the experiment of living the human existence how normally other humans live it. And then you get kind of tired about living that way or experiencing life that way, that you just don't entertain it or you don't indulge it, and you kind of feel it for a moment. You feel that rush of endorphins. You feel it for a brief moment. And then you're kind of like, I don't want to give my power away to that. I don't want to entertain it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to become it. Because it's not me. It's never me. And then I disregard that and I ignore it so that I do something else that's more beneficial. And then it kind of subsides and then it leaves, right? The ugly energy, the indulging energy, the attachment, controlling, manipulative. But the reflection of light does not do that in any way, shape, or form. It's compassionate, it's unconditional, it's loving, it's leading, not misleading. So there's a difference there. It's never misleading in any way, shape, or form. So I hope you guys are enjoying the live. We're going to do a meditation. So I hope you guys are enjoying the live. We're going to do a meditation. And also you guys can book private sessions with me. This is White Wolf. I hope you guys are doing well. And also just know that if I'm ever doing live readings, usually they're just $15, $20. If I'm ever doing live readings, which I might do tonight. I don't know. I'm pretty tired from the yard work that I did. It was pretty grueling for 5 hours, but I got it done. And I tried to get it done for my appointments, and I did, but it didn't always work out the way that I wanted to, you know. That's just how it goes. Then it got pushed back, and then I had to do it later. You know how it goes. That's just how the world works. So we're going to do a meditation. So with this meditation, what you're going to do is that you're going to see yourself as the reflection, as the mirror, but also as the authority that instructs the mirror to be a reflection. Seeing yourself, knowing yourself, accepting yourself, and knowing that the power is inside of you to become more vibrant, to be more crystalline, and to be like water, to be the purity that is inside of you. The ability to know yourself in every situation, regardless of any illusion, of any noise, of any interference, that you don't allow it to come into being. Because that's not the configuration that you are, that is not the prosperous energy that you are. It means that you are the energy that supersedes all understanding. Meaning that you don't have to know everything all at once. You don't have to try so hard, but the allowance will always let you know what is true. Allowing is not forcing. Allowing has creation attached to it, which creates the action, which creates the perception, and which allows you to mass produce an illusion that is more in sync with your alignment, more in sync within who you are, and reinforces what you need to become in every single moment. How to think, how to act, how to talk, how to perceive in every single moment. But knowing that you don't have to be perfect, but you already are the perfection, you're just adding to it. So if you're adding to it, that means that everything that you let go, that you subtract of, will immediately reciprocate itself. And no matter what is going on, no matter if it's noise, no matter if it's circumstance or challenges, you are unaffected by knowing you're the reflection of light. You are that breath of fresh air. You are the deep breath in. And you are the deep breath out. Because what is right here is the Shekinah glory, is the Almighty, is the image. It is the vision. It is the prophecy. It is the power that you channel from your own source, always. It is the words of wisdom that miraculously falls out of your mouth. That no matter what happens, you still are energy. You still are consciousness. That even if you forget it for a split second, for a split moment, you forget it. But then you're right back. It's as if you recharge the batteries. So the shocking realization is to know that this is not rocket science, that it's very easy, but if you just give yourself to it, that you persevere, that you challenge yourself, that you always cleanse the unworthiness, purify the ego, align to your truth, never waver from it, by leading by example, but also demonstrating grace in action. Then it just shows you what you can really be and what you can really do and how powerful you can radiate as the reflection of light. Everybody take one last deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. So thank you guys for being a part of that meditation. Also, let me know if you want to book private sessions with me. They're only 1-hour sessions for $120. And also for psychic readings, healings, activations. And if you see me go live, I might do it tomorrow. I might do it tonight if I get the unction to do it. But if I don't, then I won't. But just be that. Just reflect as that. Just radiate as that. And just be that awareness for someone, even for yourself. And if you have to stop everything for a moment just to take a deep breath, if you just have to channel the world out, if you just have to ignore everything and just focus on the presence and the awareness and the truth and the channel that you are. And then the rest is history. So thank you guys. God bless. Namaste. This is White Wolf. And until next time, this is White Wolf signing off. And so it is.